to you which one you use, and you're never going to want to use the shotgun. And then the P9 is just better than the revolver, same as earlier. And then for Lion, I usually use frags or stuns. I never really touch claymores. Finka, you're definitely going to want to go with this LMG. It's just her best gun. You're never going to want to use the shotgun. The shotgun is horrible. It only does 26 damage as a shotgun. That's just not good. Pistol, it's up to you, as usual. This pistol has more damage, but lower magazine. I mean, it's just personal preference on the pistols. They don't really matter that much. And then frags or stuns or smokes. It's just depending on what you're going to be doing with her. For Maverick, you're probably going to want to use the M4 most times, but the DMR is okay if you're just going to be like baiting on the wall maybe. It's better damage, but that's about it. And then he only has one pistol. I usually run claymores on him because, like I said, he's a main breach operator. You don't want to get ran out on or flanked. But stuns are also a good pick, or smokes if you want to make a play with the defuse. For Nomad, I just use the AK. More bullets, more a little less damage, more magazine size. Pretty much the same fire rate. I just like the AK more. The ARX isn't bad though. It only has 20 bullets in the mag is my issue. And you guys are never going to want to touch this 7x scope pistol. It's horrible. So much recoil. As you can see on the recoil pattern, you can only see the first little, like this is a normal pistol, you can see all the way up to red, and this is the 7x scope. It's just unusable. And then I usually use stuns on Nomad. If you're going to be playing Vert, then maybe the breach charge. Gridlock, you should never really use Gridlock if Nomad's available, but if you do use her, you're going to use the F90 and the Super Shotty, and I usually run frags or smokes on her. Never really use the impact EMPs unless I'm like needed and we don't have a Thatcher. I'll run EMPs. Same with Nook. You're gonna want to use the FMG9 most of the time, but the shotgun is insanely OP. It has like no damage drop off. Legion also has this shotgun, and we'll get into that whenever we're on defensive operators. But the shotgun is just OP. The FMG is just better. You're usually gonna want a far range gun more often than a shotgun on attack, but the shotgun is good to make plays sometimes. And then the Deagle is the better pistol here, does 70 damage. And then for the gadget, it really depends on what your team needs. If your team doesn't need anything, I'd run frags. For Amaru, the loadout is like really dependent on what you're going to do. If you're going to rush in sight, you're going to want to get on the Supernova. If you're going to play more passive and you're just going to use your ability like sparingly, I'd run the LMG. And then for the secondary, you're always going to want to be on SMG 11.